Today with us we have Mr. Robin Raina, CEO and Chairman of Ebix. Sir, something about your Bawana project.
So in Bawana, we're building 6,000 homes for the slum dwellers, free of cost. We've already handed over 2,304 homes. 30% of it, of what would have been India's second largest slum, is not a slum anymore. So our goal is to wipe the word slum out of Bawana.
So have you got any government aid for your project?
I have not gotten any government aid, neither have I sought any government aid. From time to time, I've talked to the government about simple things like drainage. Delhi government, in my view, has done a terrible job in that area. I've talked to the Delhi government, the AAP government. I have really not seen any basic effort coming in from them. I think the most important thing right now Bawana needs is drainage. Even though we're building these homes, it's impossible to have drainage. There are 16 feet nalas, animals lying in those nalas. It's a state subject. They won't allow me to build those nalas, and they don't want to do it themselves also, saying we don't have a budget. So that's been a painful journey for me.
And how do you rate central government on urban planning?
I think I actually rate the Modi government a little bit at a much higher pedestal as compared to the Delhi government, frankly. I feel at least the intent is right. They haven't really been able to do what they set out to do, in my view, but their intent is right. Taken some positive steps in that direction. At the same time, I think a lot needs to be done with respect to the central government. But like I said, at least the intent is right.
So, what would you suggest if you are asked to suggest to the central government? What policies are immediate need of the time?
Well, I think in the slums, the key policies are, in this day and age, you cannot have anybody without a home. You can't have people without education. See, the problem is, government will say, we'll provide education to everybody, right? And at the end of the day, how do you provide education if you don't build them permanent homes? If they don't have a home, they will keep moving. Their kids won't get education. So net result is, you don't achieve the government goal. So I think the key to it is, in my viewpoint, two things need to be fundamental right in India. One, the right to water. We talk about big things in India about becoming a superpower, but we first need to provide people simple things like water. And the second thing is an identity. An identity comes through a home. Even if we can build them smaller homes, even on getting them to pay back for it, I'm not saying just give it to free, and let the NGOs like us give those homes free, wherever we can. But then we are not going to be able to build as many homes, right? And in any case, the other challenge I feel what government needs to do is that when an NGO even builds a home, I would rather give that home to the government to now maintain, so that there are some rules around that home, because it's a nightmare today. When we build these homes, in another 5-6 years, these homes start getting dilapidated. Now we get into servicing these homes. And I would rather build new homes and have the government get involved in that kind of effort.
And don't you think the current AAP government's Mohalla Clinic is something like a socialist scheme? Well,
it's a step in the right direction. The Mohalla Clinic is a step in the right direction. But ultimately, look, health is a very big subject for me, because even on my business side, I've been very deeply involved in the health side of things. Even in the U.S., I'm one of the critics of Obama's, the Obamacare and so on. So I don't believe that what they set out to do, they have been able to achieve. It might look on paper like a great step, but ultimately people are not really getting what they need to get. You walk into a slum and see, go into Bawana, for example, is there even a dispensary available? Is there ability for people, if somebody had an accident, is there an ability to drive them to the closest hospital? Will the hospital accept them? It's not happening. So I think I feel while they've taken some steps in the right direction, but the infrastructure isn't right to support that step.
Thanks for talking to us, sir. Thank you. So with us, it was Mr. Robin Raina, CEO and Chairman of Ebix. Thank you.